Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, February 16th. We have all you need to know about a Penn State student's recent arrest and a new petition by the 320 Coalition.
We also have more in State College Planet Fitness lawsuit, along with entertainment, sports, and weather.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Abby Chachoute.
And I'm Aidan Torok. A Penn State student was arrested Monday after it allegedly made terroristic threats and caused property damage at Stewart Hall. On January 22nd, Penn State University police responded to a criminal mischief call at 2:48 a.m. in Stewart Hall, where Kevin Holmesy was found harassing students and damaging school property. Holmesy admitted to being under the influence of alcohol during the incident. He was charged with 4 counts of disorderly conduct, criminal mischief charge for damage of property, 2 counts of harassment, 1 count of public drunkenness, and 1 count of purchase of alcohol by a minor. Holmesy is set to face a preliminary hearing on March 16th in the office of Magisterial Judge Casey McLean.
On Tuesday, Nittany Mall's Planet Fitness was sued after one of their gym members allegedly recorded a minor while he was naked in the locker room. This lawsuit follows the gym's failure to take action against the alleged perpetrator, Matthew Nelson, after this incident. After an investigation, court documents show that staff was made aware of Nelson's actions in April 2019 by another member report, but the gym allowed him to continue his membership. The plaintiff is also suing Nelson, who has been convicted on 3 counts of harassment last year.
The 320 Coalition has started a petition and a GoFundMe for the legal charges against a state-high student facing simple assault and harassment charges from the Center County District Attorney. A 16-year-old black student is accused of assaulting another student before class starting on February 1st. The 320 Coalition believes the 16-year-old was acting as a result of a photo with racist language and hate symbols being shared around the school. The superintendent, Bob O'Donnell, says these are, quote, 2 separate offenses that are connected, end quote. The 320 Coalition feels the black student was targeted and harassed for months. Tierra Williams, the co-chair of the 320 Coalition, thinks the best scenario involves the charges being dropped and both students working together to better themselves. If the charges are not dropped, Williams believes the white student should also face harassment and ethnic intimidation charges.
The construction of Songbird Sanctuary entered Phase 1 after plans for it were approved by Ferguson Township supervisors last Tuesday. With an estimated cost of over $47,000, this phase will include the development of a nature trail, bird nest boxes, and benches, along with other developments. Township Manager David Prybulka said parking will be limited as Songbird Sanctuary will be a neighborhood and commuter park. The township has been developing plans for this park since 2019. The plan aims for the park to require little maintenance and promote positive environmental effects. Coming up next, Gracie Eckerly has all the details on our THON weekend weather report after the break.
Good evening and happy Wednesday. I'm Gracie Eckerly with some encouraging weather news. Penn State is finally warming up this week after having weather in the 20s and 30s in the beginning. Let's take a look at tonight's weather. We've got a high of 42 degrees, partly cloudy skies. So if you're trying to see a glimpse of that full moon, you're going to have to look a little bit harder. We've got southwestern winds coming from about 9 miles an hour. All right, it's going to be a little wet tomorrow. We're going to have some steady showers going into full-on rain throughout the day and night. Looking at 9 a.m., it's going to be a bit around 42 degrees, going into 50 around noon, and finally a spring-like 55 degrees at 5 p.m. All right, happy THON weekend, everyone. It's going to be a beautiful walk to BJC Center this weekend. We've got clear skies. Weather temperatures are going to be so beautiful. In the 40s, it's going to finally start to feel like spring, and then warming up even more for President's Day weekend. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast here, Wednesday today, it was beautiful, 48 degrees with a low of 42, partly cloudy. Thursday, it's going to be, even though it's raining, there is a bright side. It's going to be 56 degrees with a low of 27 and rain showers. Friday, looking like 34 degrees, mostly sunny again, a low of 21. Getting into Saturday, this beautiful weekend, 40 degrees, a low of 22, mostly cloudy. But then sunny Sunday is going to be beautiful. 46 as a high, a low of 29, and fully sunny again. Then, if we're taking a look at Monday and Tuesday, both 56 degrees, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Low 36 on Monday and a low of 46 on Tuesday. And then Monday, mostly sunny. Tuesday, cloudy. That's all for me. Coming up next, Malia Brown has the latest stories on Penn State sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Malia Brown with your sports update. For the 7th time this campaign, Penn State women's hockey sophomore Josie Bothan has won the CHA Goaltender of the Week. Bothan added her 8th shutout to her season record after defeating the Sharks this past Saturday, along with having 12 saves to her name. This set a new program single-season record for the amount of shutouts. Furthermore, Bothan's 7th-time conference award has also set a record for a Penn State netminder. Penn State women's hockey will complete its regular season with a 2-game matchup versus RIT this Friday and Saturday. Former Penn State linebacker Micah Parsons has just added one of his most important trophies to his shelf. The Dallas Cowboys linebacker took home the NFL's Defensive Rookie of the Year award for the 2021 season after being unanimously voted for. Coaches, fans, and players of Penn State shared their congratulations with the new star. Most importantly, former Penn State standout and Rookie of the Year Saquon Barkley shared his congratulations for Parsons through a Twitter post. Penn State, along with the NFL world, is excited to see what more he is able to accomplish. The 15-year-old Russian figure skating star Kamila Valieva was cleared to skate in the women's competition at the Olympics after being embroiled in a controversy. Valieva, who aided greatly in ROC taking home the gold in the figure skating team event, was still able to compete despite testing positive for trimethazine. After much discussion and hearings, the Court of Arbitration ruled not to suspend Valieva after releasing that the delayed test result was, quote, not her fault, end quote. The U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee opposed the decision and do not agree with the message it sends. However, if Valieva manages to place in the top 3 for the women's individual skating competition, the IOC has decided that there will be no awards ceremony held. That's all for sports. After the break, Jay Sobardo will bring you the latest from the world of entertainment.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Jay Sobardo with your entertainment update. Last week, the nominations for the Academy of Country Music Awards were announced. Country music legend Dolly Parton is set to host the award show alongside co-hosts Jimmy Allen and Gabby Barrett. Among all the artists nominated, Carrie Underwood, Chris Stapleton, Luke Combs, Eric Church, and Miranda Lambert are the nominees for the night's most coveted award, Entertainer of the Year. The 57th ACM Awards will stream on Monday, March 7th, exclusively on Amazon Prime. This is the first major award program to cut ties with network television to air strictly on a streaming service. Billie Eilish brought her Happier Than Ever the World Tour to Happy Valley last Thursday for a truly electric performance. Despite the tour being named after her most recent album, Eilish didn't forget where she came from, as she performed a set of songs spanning her entire career. Eilish opened the show with her classic song Bury a Friend, before moving into others like When the Party's Over, All the Good Girls Go to Hell, Bad Guy, and of course Happier Than Ever. Eilish will continue her tour across the world through the rest of 2022. Taking a look ahead at this weekend, Penn State is hosting THON, one of its biggest events of the year. The goal of the student-run 46-hour-long dance marathon is to raise money and provide support for children and families impacted by childhood cancer. The event will feature a variety of musical performances and stage acts from various campus groups, as well as a celebrity guest performance. The THON weekend festivities begin at Friday night at 6 o'clock and will continue through the weekend until Sunday evening at 4 o'clock, when the final fundraising total is announced. For those who can't be at THON in person, you can tune into the live stream being produced by 46 Live. For more information on THON and how you can watch, you can visit thon.org. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, Jackie Claire will be talking to Jake Kelk, the Director of Public Relations for the Statesman a cappella group. Stay tuned.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Claire, and tonight I have the pleasure of talking to Jake Kelk, Public Relations Director for the Statesman, Penn State's all-male varsity a cappella group. The Statesmen have performed at both the THON Family Carnival and the THON Showcase already this year, and now will be taking the stage at THON 2022 in just 2 short days. Jake? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm really, really excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm feeling good.
I can imagine. I would be feeling nervous too. I am excited, obviously. But what are kind of the emotions the rest of the group's feeling?
Everybody's feeling good. We're committed to the grind. We've been grinding really, really hard these past couple weeks. We've had a lot of performances. We had the showcase and the talent show that we did, and now we're just grinding for THON. Everybody's feeling really good. Everybody's feeling really excited. So I think it's gonna be a really good performance.
Great to hear. When you say you're preparing a lot, what kind of goes into your preparations? Daily practices? What?
Yeah. So it's we meet 2 times a week, and that kind of depends on like how busy we are. Like we're meeting 3-4 times a week this month, but we meet 3-4 times a week, and we rehearse. We go over music. We've been going over some choreography that we're going to be doing, and then it's expected that we work outside of rehearsals just to make sure that parts are good and everything sounds clean.
Awesome. I personally had you on the show because I saw both your performances at the THON Family Carnival and at the showcase, and you guys were amazing. And so I'm wondering, are you going to be performing similar songs that you did at those performances, or do we have a brand new set list for this performance?
Well, first, thank you, but we're going to have a brand new set list for this.
Are you allowed to tell me what's on this set list?
We have some pop classics, some songs that'll get people moving, some Olivia Rodrigo, some Silk Sonic, and Dua Lipa. Yeah, it's gonna be really, really fun.
I am also. It's funny you mentioned that you're doing Dua Lipa for one of my organizations. I'm actually performing in the talent show, which is going to be not a good sight. Your performance will be much better. But I'm just wondering, how do you guys deal with kind of, being nervous on stage and dealing with that kind of
Yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking. This will be my biggest performance, like, by far, like, for my whole life.
I just saw there's 667 dancers this year, so you got a lot of people to hype up.
Wow, I didn't know that, thank you. But, yeah, it's, I feel like you kind of have to feed off of that energy. Because, yeah, you can be nervous that, like, you're performing in front of, like, 600 and that many dancers and all the people in the stands, but you're getting that opportunity, so you might as well seize it. That's
a great way to look at it.
So we're nervous, but we're ready and we're excited.
Yeah. You got any solos?
I do. I have a solo in one of the songs, and I'm very, very excited for it.
You've been practicing in the shower?
Yeah, literally, before I came here, I took a shower, and I was singing in the shower, because I was like, I don't think these notes are right, but I got them figured out.
What does it mean to you to be able to perform at the largest student-run philanthropy in the world?
It is such an honor. We are so happy to do it, and we were asked to perform THON 20. I guess it would be 2019.
Right, last year's THON, or
the one before that.
Got it.
And we were performing just in the depths of the Bryce Jordan Center, just performing for all the people that were working and the dancers that were coming in and out, and that was so amazing just to see like how complicated and how crazy everything is, like in the tunnels, everything's going everywhere. There's so many people, there's so many things going on. And so we were just absolutely honored to even do that. And now we're going to be on the THON stage, and we couldn't be more excited.
Definitely an incredible opportunity. Outside of your performance, is there anything that you're looking forward to seeing at THON? What's your favorite part of THON?
My favorite thing to do at THON is just to sit there and look.
Yeah.
And like if you sit in the stands, you look, and you're like, oh my God.
It's
like,
hard to believe.
Yeah.
It's like,
exactly, because there's the frats and the sororities with all their letters, and they're all lighting up, and there's people everywhere, and it's really just like a kind of, you just have to be there and look at it and really just sit there and appreciate it while you're there.
I definitely would agree with you, and it's kind of interesting having THON have been a live stream last year. A lot of people, this is their first THON, so we're going to be getting to see everybody have their first reaction of what THON is really like, so that'll be really exciting to feed off that energy.
Yeah, we have I think we have a bunch of freshmen. We got a lot of freshmen, so there's going to be their first THON, and I'm so excited to throw them into the ringer and have them perform on stage with their first THON. So yeah, it's a really, really good opportunity for them as well, because they'll have this for years to come.
I'm always a big fan of the Final Four, just so many emotions everywhere.
Oh my God, yeah.
But I'm also excited to see who the big performer is going to be. I love always like feeding into the surprise. Any guesses as to who you think it might be?
I've heard some whispers. I've heard talk about the Jonas Brothers, which honestly I could believe. I heard JoJo Siwa, which was
Oh, goodness.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I was like, okay, I can get behind that, but yeah, it was some interesting rumors.
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today, Jake. I know you and the rest of the statesmen are going to absolutely kill it. And to those watching, definitely be sure to come out to the VJC or to view THON on our live stream at 46 Live to see all the great performances and more this weekend. Coming up next, Abby and Aidan have the latest news from across the nation.
6 British citizens and 1 American citizen are being held hostage by the Taliban in Afghanistan. Andrew North, who is working for the United States, is one of the citizens detained. Peter Juvenile, a journalist for BBC and CNN, is also being held hostage. Both families have confirmed these two are being held captive by the Taliban. Juvenile has flown to Afghanistan more than 70 times and has repeatedly met with the Taliban leaders. His family believes there was an error with him being held hostage. This hostage situation comes 6 months after President Biden removed all U.S. troops from Afghanistan. During the withdrawal process, the U.S. worked closely with the Taliban. However, negotiating with the Taliban is difficult because of the different fractions within the terrorist organization.
On Saturday, President Joe Biden warned of swift and severe action if Russian President Vladimir Putin decides to do a full invasion on Ukraine. Before this, the State Department evacuated embassy staff in Kiev, and members of the Florida National Guard were sent to train Ukrainian troops. According to a senior Biden administration official, quote, "It remains unclear," end quote, whether Russia will continue diplomatic relations with the U.S. Putin denies any future use of force and has blocked Ukraine and former Soviet states from joining NATO. Currently, Russia has over 100,000 troops at the Ukrainian border in Belarus.
The Canadian police removed protesters along the U.S.-Canadian border that are disrupting trade. The police started towing cars and issuing tickets to anyone blocking the Ambassador Bridge. The Ambassador Bridge carries 25% of all trade between the United States and Canada. The demonstrators were protesting the vaccine mandates and other COVID restrictions. Most of the anger was directed towards Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Ontario Premier Doug Ford ordered a state emergency and declared anyone blocking the bridge could face fines up to 100,000 Canadian dollars and 1 year in prison.
On Saturday, Afghan protesters spoke against the order President Joe Biden signed last Friday, which took $3.5 billion in Afghan humanitarian aid for families of victims of 9/11. This move was to cover legal claims these families have against the Taliban and the U.S. banking system. The country has about $7 billion worth of assets in the U.S. Protesters and Afghanistan's central bank are demanding that Biden reverses his order. Afghanistan's former financial advisor, Torok questioned if Biden's order crosses legal lines. Demonstration organizers, Taliban spokesmen, and other analysts have called this order heartless and showing the lowest level of humanity.
And that's all on tonight for PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.